How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Thanks for being here. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Pixel 10, the GPU problem, primarily just focusing on that in today's video. So, before I get into all that, if you guys can do me a solid and hit the like button, I would really appreciate that. That does help out the channel. It's a new channel, so, I need some help getting it discovered. Takes less than a second. It's just right down there. And then also, if you just subscribed to the channel, thank you for doing that. You're amazing. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss when I post another video here on the channel. So that way you always catch your daily dose of Pixel sideload. And that's what we're doing today. Is talking Pixel 10 and the GPU. And to be honest with everybody, I get the reasoning why there's people that's frustrated. I get it. When you got a device that's base model starting out at $799 and you're looking at all aspects of it. Like, there's some people who have the phone and they're like, well, I don't see what all the complaint is about with the Pixel 10. And, they'll take to social media because that's where everyone posts things nowadays. Everybody's on social media and everybody's posting their thoughts on social media. And hey, that's fine. That's what the internet was for, was to connect people. I think sometimes we're a little bit too connected and we're a little bit too sharing, but that's for a different video on my other channel. That's not for this channel. But anyways, the Pixel 10, for the most part, everything about it and how it functions and everything is great. There are people who tend to just take all these bad news that they read from tech publications and, they hype it when they don't even have the phone in hand. So I don't really listen to a lot of those. But there are genuine people out there who do, in fact, have tried the Pixel 10 and have a valid reason to dislike it based on the GPUs. So the first ones that I'm going to kind of focus on are the content creators who have been very vocal about the GPUs, the benchmark scores on the GPUs, and how they can't use the Pixel 10 to create content. First off, I really wouldn't use the Pixel 10 to create cinematic content. Okay, I make content and I shoot real to life. Okay, I'm not trying to have my visuals look cinematic like, there's some sort of big production team behind it that's trying to build this little mini movie of mine. That's not the type of content creator I am. I'm just a point and shoot type of guy. Like, I think what I'm saying is more valuable than what you're seeing. If you're seeing me or if you're seeing the world, you're seeing the sunset or whatever. Like, so anyways, just putting that little point out there, that's why I'm okay with using the Pixel 10 and creating content for my channels, because like I said, I'm not trying to go cinematic. But if you are somebody that's doing cinematic, if you're trying to make a skit on YouTube, if you're like an inspiring actor or actress, and you want that high quality cinematic look to your video content, then yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The Pixel 10 is not gonna get you covered there. When people are editing video, they kind of notice that, and they kind of notice app crashing a little bit when it has to do with that. And I mean, that's their experience. I don't know. If you're gonna ask me what video editor I use on my smartphones, it's YouTube Create and Instagram Edits. Those are the two things that I use, and that's pretty much it. I used to use things like Power Director and CapCut, but right now, just YouTube Create and Instagram Edits. So, and they handle editing video just fine. So now that we got that aspect out of the way, let's kind of like get into the real culprit, the real ones out there that really just have been vocal about the visualizations of what they're getting on the Pixel 10, and that's the gamers. Okay, now there are all types of different types of gamers. There's young kids, there's teenagers, there's young adults, there's mature adults, and they love video gaming. Like, when I was growing up, video gaming was just a thing that was coming into the American household. Nintendo, Atari, Sega Master System, and then Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, and so that was like way, way, way back in the day. But people take their gaming very serious today, and one of the reasons why they take their gaming very serious is because when they're playing their game, when they're playing things like Genshin Impact, or they're playing things like Call of Duty or whatever it is, besides the fact that it's fun for them, besides the fact that they are having fun, one of the major things is that they want to be immersed in the game. It's almost like it's a doorway for them to just escape reality for a little bit of time and just cut loose, and let the problems of the world just fall by the wayside while they're in there doing their, their favorite video game or whatnot. I mean, that's fine. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna play a game and that's your route, that's your way to deal and cope with life, go for it. So I do understand why like the visuals will make such a big impact, because if you're having crappy visuals, how can you get immersed, right? When you're playing video games like that, you want like the best of the best in quality. You want quality sound. You want quality frame rate movement. You want quality brightness and like deep blacks and vibrant reds, and just you want everything to look really good, because that's your gateway to suck you in to where you're now immersed in what you're doing, playing a video game. I get that. And the crazy thing about it is that Android 16 QPR 3.1 literally was bringing it brings updated drivers to the GPUs. Now, Imagination is the company, or Imagination Tech is the company that Google went with for GPUs, right? They're using the PowerVR. And when that came, when the Pixel 10 launched, it had outdated drivers. Like we all know this. You can go and Google it and read articles. I'll tell you about it. Like on launch day for the Pixel 10, it was launched with outdated drivers. And it's even said that the updated drivers in Android 16 QPR 3 Beta 1, that's what came along with beta software updates. And it's expected that in the next Pixel drop that we're having, that these drivers will be in it. It stated that the drivers in that update are still outdated. And that's crazy. That's crazy. And one of the things that was said was that Imagination Tech reserves the right and control of the update drivers to this GPU. So that's even far worse. Like, to me, that would be Google's biggest mistake, was going with the company that kind of wanted to have, the reins to control when they update the software on their GPU with the drivers, because you're at the mercy of them when they feel like it. And that's not a good thing. A lot of, I guess, the reason why there's people that's frustrated and angry is because of the hype from Google moving away from the Samsung Foundry. And, the Tensor G5 processor was going to be manufactured by TSMC, which does a really, really bang up job in building processors. I mean, they do Intel. I believe they do Apple's. So, I mean, people were expecting like, yay, we're finally going to get a processor that not only can handle all the AI stuff, but is powerful enough to handle, just whatever is thrown at it. And that it would perform decently and also have good battery efficiency. I mean, that's the thing, right? You want power to execute minimal commands. You want power to execute heavy commands. You want power efficiency too as well. You don't want to burn your battery out trying to do that. And so we kind of got that. I mean, the Tensor G5 is pushing in good areas. It's just the graphics. It's just the GPU that it is let down. And that's why people, look at it and say $799, they don't want to buy it for. I've been vocal on that. I've said $799 is not something that I would spend on it. And I didn't, Yes, of course, you can't count the deals as, the base of it, right? Because those are deals. Whether you get it on Boost Mobile for $299, or you get it at Best Buy on sale for $549, or if Google, the Google store is like doing a promo deal on it, Visible by Verizon's doing a promo deal, like whatever it is, the promo deals, the sales and stuff like that, that's not the actual pricing of the phone, right? So, yeah, you got to go off what it launched at, $799. Yeah, I agree. It's not worth that price. That's why I always tell people, like, don't buy it at that price. If you absolutely want to have a Pixel 10, because it is an amazing phone. It is awesome. I love using it. I would always say, get the deals, get the promos. The holidays just passed, so a lot of really good promos are pretty much ending. And we're about to tap into, spring and the spring break sales, right? And then there's the summer sales, but of course the summer sales are going to happen right around when the Pixel 11 is going to launch. My hopes for the Pixel 11 is that they decide to go back to Mali for a GPU rather than going with Imagination Tech, which just seems a little bit weird. I mean, this is just one of those things where the Pixel 10 is going to go down in history for again having it almost right. Pretty much the Pixel 10 sits in the same booth with the Pixel 4 and 4 XL. Just throwing that out there. Anyways, guys, gals, that's pretty much my thoughts on it. What are your guys' thoughts about the GPU from Imagination Tech, the PowerVR? What do you guys think about it? Do you guys even notice any type of difference? Plug that all in the comment section of the video. Thanks for checking in, checking this video out. I superly appreciate it. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Aloha.